Magandang araw po sa inyo. My name is JC and you are watching Rappler Talk. And we are privileged and honored to have today speaking with us national artist for music, Mr. Ryan Cayabyab, Mr. C, as we know him dearly. Sir, welcome to Rappler.
Salamat, JC.
Thank you very much for having us. And here at your school, the Music School of Ryan Cayabyab.
Well, thank you for allowing us to host you here instead of okay din naman ako pumunta sa Rappler.
Correct. We'd love to have you there soon, sir. First things first, you have a show coming up here mismo dito sa space na to.
Yes.
It is called
The Saint Michael Mass, but it was turned into a theater piece by Mrs. Cayabyab. First of all, I have to explain that I wrote the Saint Michael Mass in 2003 yata.
Oh.
And this was at the request na I write mass for young people. Pero ako, this mass, I was not really rooting for it na magiging staple sa congregational mass. Because number one, it's R&B and pop gospel inspired. Meaning, pag narinig mo, parang mga sister act, etc. Yung mga ganong klase. Di naman pwede gawin yun sa simbahan. Except probably the slower songs like Lamb of God, like Holy. Pero pag narinig mo, bakit parang R&B, parang negro. Mga ganun, no? Well, it was only a device I used so that perhaps we can interest younger people to join in the Mass. But definitely, the music for St. Michael Mass is not for congregational Mass because it does not follow the liturgical requirements sa misa. Kasi ang misa ngayon sa music sa Mass, kailangan yung nakakanta ng congregation, kailangan maikli lang yung range na kinakanta para makanta lahat ng tao. Kasi participatory ang gusto ng simbahan for the congregation to really participate in the holy sacrifice of the Mass. Now, this one was turned by Amy Cayabyab into a theater piece, and for me, I think the inspiration in theater would be somewhere between Godspell and Mass by Bernstein. Godspell by Stephen Schwartz. Doon galing yung day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I prayed. Doon galing yun. Sa Mass ni Bernstein, doon galing naman, ang feeling ko, doon galing yung maraming questions sa loob ng congregation about what is this sacrifice of the Mass. Ano ang kanyang, ano talaga ang gusto niya sabihin sa personal life ko.
Right.
But, I find the theater piece of St. Michael Mass very, very interesting kasi it talks about, not only about parang performing parables in layman's terms, but also talking about social commentaries. Talagang, wow! Kaya sabi ko kay BCC, okay since 2020, 22, and 23, kasama palagi yung EJK dyan sa kanilang commentary dito. No? So, noong 2022, yung opening yata nila nung nanalo si
Marcos Jr.
BBM, nako yung ibang members, yung isa nila talagang ang lungkot-lungkot nila na natalo si Lenny, ganon. So it doesn't really talk about colors in politics, but their personal beliefs,
Meaning the performers.
The characters. Kasi they're not embracing themselves personally.
Right.
I mean, they're not performing as their individuals, but meron script sila na sinusundan na nagpapalit kada iteration ng palabas. Kung ano yung bago. So I can imagine, mukhang papasok dito sa bagong iteration na to na kasi they're used to having new scripts right at the moment pag may bago nangyari ilalagay
incorporated
natin
into the
we
material.
will incorporate that so na-imagine ko na meron ng The Flight to the Hague.
Yes.
Parang yun ang nakikita ko na mukha lang, I don't know. Kasi sila yung, si Mrs. C actually yung nag-rewrite eh.
Right.
But yung original ng St. Michael Mass, she consulted with dramaturgists from UP and she collaborated with choreographers and lighting designs. Teatro ang approach. But you will see them. The performers are not only students, college students, but a lot of them are professionals.
They're the vocal ensemble, the Music School of Ryan Cayabyab vocal
ensemble. That's the name.
So there are people who work with you talaga regularly.
Yeah, with the ensemble. Parang they perform in corporate shows, in especially Christmas events ng corporations, mga programs nila, and of course sing in the mall for Christmas songs in the mall.
But they're performers trained here in this school.
Yes, actually they rehearse here every Saturday on a regular basis.
Nice.
But kung ganito, I think they rehearse
more than once a
3
week.
times a week para lang mabuo nila uli.
So it's the mass. So Mr. C, it's the mass, diba? So people can expect. They will know the words if they attend the Mass every Sunday. They will know the words. It's the Apostles' Creed, it's the Gloria, the Kyrie, the Our Father and everything.
Yes.
But with a theatrical performance, adding a different context to the liturgical material.
Exactly. But I have to tell them that they're not following the chronology of the Mass.
I see.
And the songs are placed according to the story. The story that the theater piece was built on. So, papasok ngayon yung mga songs to actually siguro, it's a device. The music is a device to also, it works both ways eh. It's a device to give some kind of soul lifting. Kunyari lahat sila, they're so hopeless because this happened to their lives. Kasi they're not only talking about the social commentary revolves also around family life, community life. So it's not only about
Not just politics or current events.
It's not about politics. It's about their relationships with their parents, their relationships with their siblings, and like growing up with a single parent na tapos merong isang tatay na may kirida na inuwi sa bahay nila. Alam mo yung mga ganung kwento, it is very loosely based on what's happening in families.
So there are book scenes besides the songs.
Yes, definitely.
There are book scenes, and these book scenes evolve per staging. Because we know that this is the third staging of this piece.
It's generally the third, pero it's the fourth iteration. Meaning from 2020, 2022, nagbago yun. 2023 was just a replay. Pero 2024, I think, so many things happened between 2023 and 2025.
Right. So it's new and fresh, no? Meaning if you've seen this before, there's every reason for you to see it again.
They must see it again kasi parang it's an update on what has happened.
Right.
But retaining the same songs, the same feelings of the Mass. For example, I don't know how they did it. For example, magtitika sila, Holy, Holy, Holy Lord God of all. Or yung sacrifice sila, tapos papasok ng Lamb of God, you take away. Mga hopeful, aspirational, and uplifting in a way.
Yes, and because it's the Mass, diba?
Yes.
It's within the context of faith.
Right.
So, hindi siya it's not going to be a tragedy. Even though there will be themes that might be tragic or sad, because it is the Mass.
Yes.
It is in the context, in the lens of may Diyos na overarching.
Exactly. Tapos tama-tama siya. We are within the Lenten season, and it's a perfect way to probably do some reflection. I mean, help them in their reflection with regards to everyday life and the relationship to God.
And you've listened to the songs. I mean, nandun yung storya and yung context and everything, but let's not forget that we are going to be in for a soul-stirring experience of these musicians, these singers trained by your school.
Yep.
And we know your standards, Mr. C. Diba? And then your music, you're always, I was telling my colleagues a while ago that your music is melodic. The Cayabyab signature is you always have a distinct melody,
Right.
a strong melody to drive a song.
Yes. And it's not an easy melody all the time. That's why a lot of people say, ay, kay Mr. C yan, mahirap kantahin. But never mind. Makakata naman.
Yes. And as you said, this one it's not meant to be singable per se.
Yeah.
But it's more
in
performative.
Mass, yes.
And
Yeah.
why Saint Michael, if I may ask?
Ang galing mo nakita mo. Nakita mo yung pwede mong tanongin. I did it during the time I was an employee of the San Miguel Foundation for the Performing Arts. So I headed this foundation as an executive and artistic director. So I handled, we run a full orchestra and we run a master choral, no? And so one of the requests was, if you do another mass, let's do it for Saint Michael.
Because
The
it's
Archangel,
because it's
San Miguel.
Yes.
So, as a matter of fact, meron dong kanta na based on the prayer of Saint Michael.
Oh.
Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Oh, Saint Michael.
And it's very appropriate then
yes,
to the times, right? Like, there's a lot of good and evil pressing against each other.
Exactly. We need Saint Michael to help us, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. C, pero diba, many of the great composers, if not all, have taken on the challenge of composing a mass, their version of the mass. And Moy Ortiz of the company has just come out with pop mass.
New pop mass,
yes.
Pop
and so,
mass.
what does it mean for a composer to take on that challenge?
The mass is such a is a powerful tool for words, for lyrics to create into big works. So you have a mass done by Bach, mass done by the biggest name composers, Haydn, lahat sila may misa. And lahat sila, meron ding mga, alam mo yun, even pieces like Dies Irae, they're all based on Latin chants, no? The mass in itself is a good material for creating new music. As a matter of fact, I did already 2 concert masses. One is a cappella. I did that for my requirement for recital in UP. And the other one was Misa 2000, which I worked on 1999 with Douglas Nieras choreographing it. Kasi he was the one who requested he was going to enter it in the Onassis cultural competitions. My mass was also entered there, and it won Silver Laureate in the Onassis. And it was announced in 2021.
Besides that, Mr. C, you've been conferred, is that the right term, a papal award, the highest given to a member of the Catholic laity, for your contributions to, is it liturgical music or music and faith?
To faith. I guess music and faith, because I have been doing a lot of, not only masses, I have been doing a lot of
musical,
songs in tandem with Bishop Sok Villegas. We've been writing songs. I think we've written more than 20 pieces for different occasions. As a matter of fact, yung pinakakilalang song namin na tandem ni Bishop Sock and myself was the music used for the centennial celebration.
The 500th anniversary.
500th anniversary of the
Christianity
coming of Christianity in the Philippines. Yung, shucks, I forgot the title, pero we created that in 2012 or 2013, 9 years before 2021, so that parang 9 years to prepare for the 500th anniversary.
Kind of like a novena, but in years.
In years.
Hindi in days.
Oo
diba?
nga, kaya tayo. Siya nag-isip noon, si Bishop
Yeah.
Sock. So I wouldn't think of that. As a matter of fact, my writing the masses, there were requests for me to do that. I even did a song for Saint Joseph, but with another priest naman. So all these, when they ask me, I write. So I did a new song for the Padre Pio Shrine. I'm just waiting for the revision of some of the lyrics because it has to pass through it has to pass through more scrutiny. Parang ganun siya.
Yes, because everything has to fall within right teaching, for example, right?
Exactly.
Or certain form. I'm reminded of Father Ed Ontiveros,
Yes, of course.
whose mass songs we still sing. Is that something you also dream to do? You said this Saint Michael Mass is more for performance,
Right, yes.
But to compose mass songs that will live on and be part of what's the right term, the canon na
Yes,
kinakanta
yes.
linggo-linggo. Is that
Yes.
something that you also dream to
I
do?
did. That's why I did Mass for Peace. I don't know if you heard, ang pinakakilala lang doon na hanggang ngayon naririnig ko pa is Kordero ng Diyos na nag-aalis ng mga kasalanan ng sanlibutan, maawa ka sa amin, Kordero. I still hear that. I mean, pinalitan na yung words kasi yung original does not comply with
There's been a change in the form of the mass.
right
From Pope Benedict,
words,
I think. Yes.
Kailangan you have to comply to that.
Yes.
So, yun, yung Kordero ng Diyos, tsaka yung Panginoon, maawa ka, tarararararara, Kristo. Yan ang so far naririnig ko pa sa ibang simbahan.
And we might be singing it not knowing it sa Cayabyab, no? Like, mass goers don't really
maybe
make note
not.
of kaninong composition.
That's not
ba
the
ito.
most important thing. The most important thing is nakakontribute ako kahit na konti lang yung contribution. Pero tama ka eh. I have another one na lagi na kinakanta dati sa Cavite yata. Sila yung nagpauna noon. Si Cardinal
Cardinal Sin?
Hindi, Cardinal na nasa Rome ngayon.
Cardinal Tagle.
Siya yung parish priest dun sa simbahan na yun at lagi nila kinakanta yun. Kaya nagulat ako kay Cardinal Tagle nung kinanta niya sa akin yung mga kanta. Sabi ko, ay, naalala pa niya lahat.
And how
ng
does it
kanta.
feel for you to hear it? Yung, like you said, hindi nyo naman yan pinupush eh, di ba? I mean,
Yeah.
so to hear it back, like, mag-circle back sa inyo yung composition ninyo na ginawa nyo years ago, and it's now, part of, like, Catholics experience every Sunday. Anong pakiramdam doon for a composer?
No, I've done my, I've done my part. Meaning to say, everyone has to, if you can, contribute. Hindi naman natin ginagawa yan kasi para may indulgence. Wala naman yun. Ang point is, I'm part of this religious organization, so I'll contribute what I can. Hindi ako tumitigil kasi every time someone asks me, the only thing I ask is, give me your words or give me your lyrics kasi sila naman ang gumawa, kumpare, alam nila kung tama yung sinasabi nila. Do not ask me to write the words because hindi ko alam kung ano yung tamang timpla ng mga words. So usually ganon.
And in faith and music, I mean, it goes without saying, faith and music are very intertwined in human history and diba? Because music speaks to the soul, and religion, faith is a matter of the soul. So I guess it's a very special place for a composer who's a
Yes.
believer to be
Yes.
composing religious music.
When you sing, you pray twice. It's whoever said that.
Yes.
Singing it, it's like double prayer.
Now, going naman po sa the secular
Yes.
aspect of your work. So, I sit with you and I feel so honored because I grew up on Ryan Musikahan and thank God for social media resurfacing old
So YouTube.
Diba?
I see it.
And you kind of pine for that time when there was this 30 minutes every evening where it's you on the piano and honest to goodness singing. What are your thoughts on how music in the country has evolved from that time till now?
We have, alam mo, JC, we have always dreamed of, kahit nung nag-upisa lang kami, we have always dreamed of making our music or exporting our music and making Filipino-made music land in world music, recognized by the world. No? So, ang naalala lang natin, nakilala sa mundo, I'm talking about Asia context, they know that dahil sa'yo is from the Philippines, no? Pagka meron mga group,
Right.
ASEAN Festival, Asian Song Festival, meron ng pangalawa, which is more worldwide, which is Anak, Freddie Aguilar's Anak. Now, after that, wala pang talagang tumatatak, pero ngayon, unti-unti, and we're very happy because nagawa na ng SB19 at ng BINI, unti-unti, the steps are there that nagpapahiwatig na meron ng force ng music na nagagaling sa Pilipinas. Whatever it is, kasi pop naman yan eh. So, kung ang genre nila, ewan ko tayo, ang hilig-hilig natin sa pop genres like R&B or like adult pop music, dance music, from Ryan Musikahan until now, when people tell me, why don't you revive Ryan Musikahan?
Yeah, why not, sir?
Natawa lang ako talaga. Why not? Ryan Musikahan was a chill show. It's a chill, meaning if you have a nice relaxing night that you would like to watch. And we featured the best of the best singers.
Yes.
Kasi syempre, kung hindi ka talaga prepared na singer, mahirap kumanta ng live.
All of that was live and just the piano, right?
Yeah,
Which leaves the voice rather naked, di ba?
Exactly. Boses mo lang at saka piano accompaniment. So, pagpili ng mga singers doon was like after the 6th year, parang feeling namin, umuulit na tayo na umuulit. Wala na bang bago? Ganyan, no? But, the real reason why it was axed anyway was because it was not commercial. And number two, when we started doing like 10 to 11 before, 10 to 11 dati was kind of dead spot na. No? I mean, later night. Pero 10 to 11 slot had become already part of the prime time.
Yes. Kumbaga naging prime real estate na yun in terms of the time ng
Correct.
oras ng gabi.
So push na siya hanggang 11:30, 12, ganyan. Hanggang sa a show can only survive hanggat merong sponsors. Siyempre, kasi kung wala namang bumibili na magsusponsor doon, will not survive. So, I understand that. But if you do it now, it has to probably be you need a reformat. Mm-hmm. And of course, I won't do it anymore. Kasi for something like that, you need a younger person. You need a more, you also need to have someone who's so well-versed in the music of now. Mm-hmm. Kasi now is Ibang-iba yung music,
It's a lot more
JC.
eclectic. Would you say? Yun, a lot of questions in my head. Yun, you're saying the diversity, but if I may backtrack a little, nalungkot po ba kayo nung natanggap nyo yung the final bill that says it's the last episode for Ryan Ryan, it's not getting renewed? Ano po yung naramdaman nyo noon?
Okay lang. I will tell you why okay lang. Kasi when they talk to me about having a program, sabi ko, what? What, me? A host a musical show? Are you kidding? Parang, ang feeling ko, this is new territory for me. It's an adventure. And I only took it because it was an adventure more than anything else. And they said, oh, we'll try only for one season. Kasi hindi naman natin alam kung tatanggapin siya. After one season, they came back and hindi pa tapos ng one season. Sabi, Mr. C, sabi sa taas, they'd like another season, blah, blah, blah. Hindi pa tapos yung second season, Mr. C, tapusin na lang daw natin yung isang year. No? That means, parang 4 seasons in a year yan. When you do, I think,
Evening show.
4 seasons.
Yes.
4 seasons. So it came to a point now we were doing, there was a time we were doing 3 episodes in one sitting.
Wow.
Kasi paano, we were able to, I do that because alam nila, may tour ako na 2 months or 1 month we go tour.
Kailangan magbangko ng episodes.
Kailangan magbangko, ganyan. So, we do that sometimes, no? So, was I sad when they said, this is the last? Wow, we did 6 years. Sabi ko ganon.
I see.
That's good enough. I mean,
You were grateful that it
Yeah.
even flew that much. Oo nga. It's a good thing to hear. And now going back to what you were saying, that now the music, is it the quality, not the quality, but the character of the music that Filipinos are creating now, you're saying is so different.
Yeah. And we're very happy. I mean, my colleagues and I, we still do our stuff. But the young people, the young songwriters, galing. I mean, they write differently. And they think differently.
What do you credit that to? Ano nangyari?
Sorry?
Bakit kaya, ano nag-iba? What changed so that we're seeing a lot more, I would say, creativity and diversity?
Yeah.
Was it social media? Was it
Yeah,
the
also,
internet?
I think also because the younger people are more aware of how they want to express themselves, number 1. Number 2, there's a platform for expressing themselves. Number 3, music around the world is everywhere. Hindi katulad dati, kung ano lang maririnig namin sa radyo, medyo doon lang namin na ipapattern yung aming music. Because it's all about that. It's all about speaking to your audience. That's why yung era, the sound of the era, that's why all of us in that era sounds that way. Because yun yung era, yun yung sound namin noon. At saka yun yung pinag-usapan namin noon. Same as when you say, ay, napakaluma, parang 50s. Kasi yun yung sound nila noon. Yung sound ng 60s, yun yung sound nila noon. I mean, it's so quaint. Ang sarap maging musicologist kasi ma-identify mo talaga if you can actually analyze and say that during, kunyari, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, ito yung namamayagpag na style at ito yung ginagamit na riffs o ito yung ginagamit na musical lines, everybody's using that, at ito yung ginagamit na chord progression. Like for example, mga even just a decade ago, may chord progression na 4 na chords lang na paikot-ikot. Sandamokal na kanta na yun lang yung ginagamit na chords sa paikot-ikot. Kasi yun ang kanilang vocabulary ngayon, yun ang kanilang yun ang tool nila to be able to speak to their audience, which is now. And then all the other older people na pagka nakakausap ko, sasabihin nila, ang pangit ng mga songs ngayon, hindi katulad ng time natin. Talagang ang gaganda, tsaka it speaks to us. Tawa ko na tawa kasi lagi ang sagot ko, hindi kayo yung audience ng music ngayon. You are not the audience for these songs. Kasi, yung music ngayon is for the bata of this era. Yung mga bata for now, hindi ka na bata. So, iba na yung pag-iisip.
Do you believe na merong music na timeless? Kasi we often hear that, oh, his music is timeless. Her music is timeless. That song is timeless. Do you believe that meron bang ganun?
It is, for me, it is only timeless if people keep on singing it. That's what being timeless is. If singers forgo or decide it's not masyado ng lumayan, ayoko nang kantahin yan. Once the timelessness, once it becomes, once naiwan na siya ng panahon, makakalimutan siya. So, probably ang sasabihin mo, classics, yeah. Daming classics. And I'm happy because some songs like, Kailanman, they become classics. Some of my songs are already kind of classic. And
Many of them.
People still sing it. But being timeless, hindi ko alam kung anong criteria ng being timeless. But when we sing songs of our parents, they're not being timeless. They're parang lumalabas siya as museum pieces that we pick up and show. Look, tingnan niyo to, ang ganda.
Nostalgia.
Parang nostalgia na siya. You're right, you got it. Nostalgia na siya.
But,
which is why I'm saying.
so, yes, sir.
Which is why, for example, Eraserheads. Buhay na buhay pa yung fans niya kasi sila na yung may pera ngayon to buy their memorabilia, their nostalgia, their sentimental, their emotions. Mayayaman na sila. Noong time siguro, nung bata sila, they loved the song. It's like us when we love the Beatles. Hanggang later on, we sing the Beatles. Ganyan. Pero ito nga, ang pinakamasaya lang ako talaga, JC, is dati, ang Filipino songs were baduy, bakya, and hindi talaga masakyan ng
international
Poloy. Ng Pilipino.
Okay.
Ng Pilipinong bata. Parang, ang badukoy, bakya, ganyan. Pagkumanta ng Nora Honor, gano'n. Pagkumanta ng Edgar Mortis, gano'n sila, no? Something happened in the 70s. Yung Manila Sound,
right.
Yung OPM, late in the 70s, 80s. Something happened. Nagkaroon ng fighting chance. I'm not saying we have taken over the imported music. Nagkaroon ng fighting chance. Nagkaroon ng interest sa Filipino music. So, kaya nung naging kilala sila Rico J. Puno, yung mga kanta nila Basil, Apo Hiking Society, Hot Dog, no? Eh di ang saya. We're now singing more Filipino songs, even when sila Gary and Martin, they were singing their compositions, the Filipino songs. And then Regine, kahit na nag-cover siya, maraming mas nakilala na Filipino songs coming from her. Until 90s, banda na, you're talking about Eraserheads, and you're talking about River Maya, and then later on sila Chito, Miranda, and lahat sila, yung Sandwich, and etc. They're really contributing to a lot of Filipino music. And lately you have, yun na nga, SB19, and prior to them, it was sabay sila actually, Ben and Ben, na such a big hit. But I must tell you, I don't know how big contribution we did, but in 2010 until 2015, I belonged to a group, and we had a program entitled Elements Music Camp. In this Elements Music Camp, we brought 60 scholars we chose We brought them to Dumaguete. May sponsors kami nun. We brought them to Dumaguete and exposed them to Filipino creative music. So, sino mga nandun na mentors? Mentors, meaning we shared our expertise, we shared our stories, and we shared how to do it. Imagine, kasama namin sila Jay Duria, sila Gary Valenciano, we're talking about sila Ebe Dancel, sila Gabi Alipe, sorry. We're talking about even sila Jonathan Manalo, sila Trina Belavide, sila basta madami kami, sila Ebe Dancel, sinabi ko na ba yun?
Yes.
Sa South Border, Jay Durias, no?
Yeah.
So, ang dami doon namin ng mga mentors that go every year na libre. Libre meaning okay na sa amin yung honorarium, no?
Right.
But staying there and hobnobbing and teaching all these young fellows, all these young people, how to write music, or not how to write music, how we wrote our music. Ang feeling namin, nagkaroon ng boom. Alam mo kung sino mga galing doon sa Elements Music Camp? Yung 4 members of Ben and Ben came from that music camp. Moira Madrid came from that music camp. Even sila Tyro Alfaro, even sila Toto Sorioso. I mean, ang daming mga young bands now. Ayun, kahit sila Rico Blanco, kasama namin dun sa camp eh.
As a mentor?
As a mentor.
Yeah.
The band people, they also came and they helped. Imagine ako naging kaibigan ko sila. Kung wala yung Elements Music Camp na yun, I don't think I'll be friends with any of the rock groups.
So this interface among Filipino creators of music really does matter as well. Hindi to parang nakinig lang kayo sa isa't isa sa YouTube or sa radyo. There's really this passing on that was deliberately done.
Exactly. Tapos, for them to be together with the big name songwriters of the Philippines was already enough for them to be inspired.
Yeah.
The inspiration, the motivation to write, it created such a big spark in many of them.
Right.
Ngayon, mas kilala pa sila kaysa sa amin, mas maganda yung mga kanta nila.
Which is, I guess, if you're a true lover of the industry, is something to celebrate, no? That
Exactly.
the industry is alive and it's not stuck in a certain era, or, diba? And it takes also a magnanimity on the part, I guess, of the old guard. They would say na naipasa, and there's no bitterness na nag-move on ang eksena, ang industriya to the younger, because diba they say the world belongs to the young.
Exactly. Do you know what the other thing?
Not to say na we're for ageism, but yeah.
The other thing that we pushed was for hyper-localism. We pushed for them to forget about writing in English muna, forget about writing in Tagalog muna if that is not your mother tongue. We want you to express yourselves in your language. So now, that's why there's an upsurge in Visayan pop, in Mindanao pop, in hopefully we did an Ilocano pop, no? We're trying to push everybody to write in their language para mas madali nila ma-express. And ang ganda na lumalabas kasi how interesting the language is turned into pop music. Iba.
It's wonderful.
Iba.
I'm wondering, how much did commercial success factor into your body of work? Because, di ba, pwedeng may composer na we will never hear of because hindi naman siya lumabas sa kanyang probinsya, hindi naman siya na-record, na-perform sa television or sa entablado. Yun, when talking about music and artistry, there's always this tension between creativity and the need for commercial success. Right. So sa experience nyo, ano pong kwento sa inyo pag yan ang pinag-uusapan?
I don't know. Sa totoo.
Was that something na pag nagsusulat kayo ng kanta ay iniisip ninyo?
Merong konting dichotomy, meaning to say when I write, I guess it's my writing philosophy. ever since from before. I'm writing for a need. So if somebody asks you, can you write for me a song for my church? Eddie, I'm writing for the church. Can you write for me a song? Pwede bang gumawa ka ng theme song for my movie? Ganyan. So, I'm writing for the theme song for the movie. Compared to, let's say, Basil comes to me and says, Basil Valdez, which is true, kasi during that time, we worked together. Ryan, gawa ka naman ng bagong kanta, meron akong CD na lalo. May bago akong project na recording. So, iisip ako ngayon ng kanta na feeling ko na I have to go, that I have to be within my, ang tawag dito, doon sa aking, not box, but a place where I go to, pag sinabi ko, okay, pop ballad for Basil. So yun na nasa isip ko.
May zone, there's a certain zone for that.
Yeah, correct. There is an area or a zone na I reserved for something like that. So that's what I do. But this is the catch. It doesn't mean that everything I do for sure magiging hit, because no one can predict what becomes a hit. No one. Well, all the A&Rs, they will say, alam mo, masyadong mabigat. O masyadong mahaba yung kanta. We know the story of Queen. Yung kanilang Bohemian Rhapsody na talagang ayon i-produce nung whatever, yung original recording. Kasi, ano ba kanta yan? Haba-haba. At saka ang daming boreche na merong ganitong part, na ganyang part. No? It's not pop song. Nag-hit. Exactly. Naging malaking anthem. Everybody sings it. I mean,
you never know.
Creativity kasi is something that, you can never, hindi mo siya pwedeng pigilan. Pag lalabas siya. Eh di, bahala na kung anong acceptance. Usually, yun na nga yun. Acceptance ng tao, yung audience mo. Yun lang naman ang hinihintay mo eh. So, when you say, do you write for commercial reasons? Ganito? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Kasi, malay ko ba na magiging popular yung Sometime Somewhere? Diyos ko eh. Kinanta pa ni Stel. I mean, this Sometime Somewhere, kinanta ni Basil, naging hit ulit dahil kinanta ni Regine, tapos kinanta ni Morissette, tapos kinanta ni Stel sa isang palabas. Happy na ako noon kasi buhay pa siya. Meron pang bagong bata na kumakanta ng.
So meron na siya may in the running na siya for being timeless.
Oo nga.
But if ikaw ang tatanungin, Mr. C, sa tingin mo bakit that song keeps reviving itself? And why would some songs be, mas nare-revive kumpara sa iba? Anong meron sa isang kanta that one can have more than the others?
Number one, maybe the story. Kasi a song is composed of your lyrics and your melody. But ang iyong awit, pagka walang laman o walang kwento, hindi nakaka-relate or maybe flimsy or I don't know, I don't want to judge, but maybe it's because may kwento siya na yung mga tao nakaka-relate sa kwento na ano ba yung kwento ng Sometime Somewhere? Yung kanilang love now, hindi pwede. Maraming, angulo yun. Pwedeng, pareho silang, maaaring may asawa na yung, ikaw bahala mag-isip doon.
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Hindi siya pwede kasi, yun. Maraming hadlang. O, it could be, pareho silang lalaki na hindi pwedeng, alam mo yun, maraming kwentong pwedeng i-replace. The reason why I think that, nagulat ako when somebody wrote to me, singer from the US, and he sings in theater, and he asked, can I have a copy of I want to sing it in some of my cabaret, blah, blah, cabaret palabas niya.
Asking for
Edi
the sheet
happy ako.
music. Wow. The sheet, he was asking for
Yeah,
the
he
score.
was asking for the sheet music. And buti nga meron sheet music. Nako, isa pa yan, JC. Isa pa yung matagal ko nang pinupush. I've been asking, well, I have not been actively begging for funding so that we can produce not necessarily sheet music, but kahit fake book, meaning melody and lyrics and harmony of all OPM songs.
Right.
You know why?
It's record keeping, eh, di ba? It's
Not only record keeping, how will you be able to promote Filipino music if you don't have, if I just listen to that? Okay na yan. People do not have
Oído
time.
palagi, like by ear na lang palagi.
Yes, people don't have a lot of time to listen. But you know, when people know, professional people, read music, kahit one glance, nakakanta nila, alam nila kung ano to. This I like, this I like. Wala tayo nun. An anthology of Filipino popular, Filipino created or written music.
And I guess that's where, I don't know if it's going to be government support or if it's the industry that has to rally together. Na, in a way, di ba, lagi naman problema ng Pilipino to institutionalize things, you know, to make things recreatable para mag-live on, di ba?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know if it's the private sector who can help.
I mean, San Miguel, I think, was an effort in that direction during the time na they have their, that's why it's called the conservatory, I guess, that, di ba? And then
yeah, you conserve, yeah.
And I think that has kind of ended for now. So I guess yun yung room to grow, no?
Yeah.
I guess the maturity of the industry and Filipino music is to kind of have a record of itself.
Exactly.
And yun nga, for posterity. I guess timelessness also plays into that.
Exactly.
Diba? Paano ka makakanta kung...
That's why, kaya nakakanta namin yung mga kanta ni Santiago, Francisco Nicanor Abelardo, Constancio de Guzman, Miguel Velarde, the composers of Dahil Sa'yo and Buhat.
Yeah. And these operas that we're hearing being rehearsed around us, because there's
extant ang material.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, final thoughts or an invitation, Mr. C, please invite them to catch your upcoming show.
Well, the only thing is I want to ask them to continue supporting Filipino music, whatever it is, support the young creatives, the young songwriters, our young performers, and because music goes on, and especially Filipino music, kailangan natin supportahan. And I'd like to invite all of you to come and watch St. Michael Mass. It has been turned into a theater piece. It's fun to watch. At the same time, it's very uplifting. March 22 and March 23 at 5 o'clock dito sa the Music School of Ryan Cayabyab nasa Robinson's Galleria.
Thank you, Mr. Sin. If I may add, ganitong setting, the music will be surrounding you, no?
Yeah.
Hindi siya yung may mikropono or may speakers. You'll be in an intimate chamber.
Exactly, yes.
And it's just the resonance of this room, and I'm
Right.
sure the music will be
You are
magnificent.
right. Yeah.
Diba? Walang ano yun.
It's so near you.
Yes, and it's stripped down. So how, it's as, I guess, organic is the term, as music can get.
Yeah.
Okay, for more information, download the Rappler Communities app. We have a chat channel, the pop culture chat channel. The QR code should be on your screen. Paki-download if you want to comment. If you want to ask us about where you can get tickets, we'll give you all the information there. Mr. C, Sir Ryan Cayabyab, National Artist for Music ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak sa amin. It's an honor and privilege to have you. We hope to speak to you again really soon. Break a leg sa inyong upcoming show. And that's it for now for Rappler Talk. See you again next time.